Okay, I hope that went well. If you think about that, we're learners and learners make mistakes. I envision that possibly some mistakes may have happened. Possibly some kids were going a little too fast. Possibly your cell broke and things like that. But that's very expected. Um, Again, the most successful teams are the teams that can stay connected and that typically move the smartest and the slowest. So now that we've gotten that done, in a second, you're going to get back in the same team. Okay. But feel free. I actually encourage you to mix up your order, like who's where in the cell, so you don't have always the same people on the ends. Now we're going to add the chase and flee element. Okay. So the way this works, this gets a little more complicated. And again, be patient with yourselves. This is a new game. So you're in your cell, but then your guest teacher is going to act as the tagger or the virus cell. And the virus cell is going to try to break your cell apart. The way that he or she is going to do that is that big red ball. They're going to use one of them to start with, only one. And they're going to strike it with their hand, and it's going to be rolling across the ground. And if that cell, that virus, hits any member of your team, your cell must now split in half, or the best in half we can do. So, for example, if your team is made out of 8 people, and that red ball hits any member of your team, your cell will split in half into 2 groups of 4. Okay. Now we're traveling around as different groups of 4. We're doing our own thing. If my team of 4 gets hit, any member of my team gets hit with that big red ball. Now my team of 4 is going to split into 2 teams of 2. Right. And now we're splitting off doing our own thing. And if my team of 2 gets hit, we split off into 2 teams and we're all by ourselves. If you become all by yourself, you are now also a virus cell, and you are trying to strike that red ball to hit other big cells, to split them into individual pieces. If your numbers are a little off, say, for example, you have 7 or 9 or whatever, just do the best in half you can. So if I have 9, the best I can do would be 5 people on one and then 4 people on the other. Okay, and then you just split off from there. My 5 would turn into 3 and 2. So just do the best you can with odd numbers. We can make it work. It's just a little bit of extra thinking. Now, if your team, during the active chase and flee part, if any member of your team accidentally splits off, that counts as a tag. So we would treat it the exact same way. So say we're going, we have our little team of 8 going along, and one of these teammates on the end breaks off. That means that teammate needs to tell his team, hey, I broke off. And that team needs to come together and split off into 2 groups of 4. Treat it just like a tag. Now, I've played this with a couple teams. Sometimes it goes great. Sometimes it doesn't go as great. The biggest mistakes I see is kids going too fast, kids not communicating, or kids moving in a not so safe way. So again, just remember, move safely, talk to each other. And just a reminder, if you become a singular cell, you become a virus cell with your guest teacher, and you will kind of become a little team on your own, individually trying to strike that ball and hit other teams and get them out. Okay. If we play around and, everybody gets all singular into their own cell, we can reform groups. Feel free to form different groups, choose a new person to start as the virus, and we can retry and see how we do, see if we can do it a little bit better. All right. So after this video, your guest teacher can just quickly review any questions, concerns, and then let's try it out. Okay. Have a great time. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll